You know, if you're in your 30s or 40s, life can feel like a bit of a financial tug of war, right? On one hand, you're building a career, maybe raising a family, and you absolutely want to enjoy the life you're working so hard for. But then there's this little voice in the back of your head, always whispering about retirement and college funds in the future. It can seriously feel like you have to choose one over the other. But what if you don't? We're going to break down how to find that sweet spot, that perfect balance.
This is the big question, isn't it? It feels like this impossible choice. I mean, every dollar you spend on a great vacation or even just a nice dinner out can feel like you're stealing from your future self. But on the flip side, every dollar you sock away can feel like you're depriving yourself of some much-needed joy right now. But here's the thing, and this is important. It's not a zero-sum game. You really can do both.
Okay, so before we even start dreaming about those big long-term goals like retirement, we've got to build a solid foundation. This is all about creating a buffer, a cushion, between you and all the surprises that life loves to throw our way. Think of it like a financial shock absorber for your life. It's what lets you handle a crisis without your entire world getting derailed. And that's where this comes in. An emergency fund, it's so much more than just a pile of money. It's a psychological safety net. It's what buys you peace of mind. It's the freedom from that late-night panic when the car makes a weird noise or a surprise medical bill shows up in the mail. It's not really about the money itself. It's about the options and the breathing room that money gives you.
So, what's the magic number? Well, the general rule of thumb for most financial planners is to have about 3 to 6 months worth of your essential living expenses saved up. Now, I know that can sound like a huge, intimidating number, but listen, you don't have to get there overnight. The most important thing is just to start.
So that leads to a really practical question. Okay, you're saving this money for emergencies. So where do you actually keep it? Because it can't be tied up in some complicated investment where it's hard to get to. You need to be able to get your hands on it, and fast. The key word here is liquid. You need that money to be able to flow exactly where you need it, right when you need it. So that means something like a high-yield savings account, a money market account, or even just a totally separate checking account that you don't touch. The goal here isn't making a huge return. It's all about pure, simple accessibility.
All right, now we get to my favorite part. Seriously, because this is the strategy that makes all of this feel, well, almost effortless. For most of us who are just busy with work and kids and life in general, the secret weapon is automation. It is the ultimate cheat code for building wealth because it doesn't rely on you having superhuman willpower.
You've probably heard this phrase a million times, right? Pay yourself first. But what does that actually mean? It just means you treat your savings like it's your most important bill. Before you pay the mortgage, before you pay for groceries, before anything else, a piece of your income goes straight to you, your future self. It's a tiny mindset shift, but it changes absolutely everything. And here's how you do it. It's a super simple 3-step plan. First, if you haven't already, set up direct deposit for your paycheck. Second, schedule an automatic transfer from your checking account to your emergency fund for every single payday. And third, make sure you're contributing to your 401k automatically at work. The money gets saved before you even have a chance to see it or miss it. And speaking of that 401k, this is probably the single most powerful set-it-and-forget-it savings tool that exists for most people. If you have one available through your job, you have access to an incredible advantage. So let's just demystify this for a second. All a 401k is a retirement savings plan that your employer offers. The absolute beauty of it is that the money comes directly out of your paycheck and goes right into investments. You literally never have to think about it. The 401k basically has 3 superpowers. 1, it's automatic. We've covered that. 2, your money gets to grow tax-deferred, which is a huge boost. But the third one is the real game changer, the employer match. This is your company giving you free money just for saving. I'm telling you, you will not find a better return on your investment anywhere on planet Earth. It's a no-brainer. So what does this set-it-and-forget-it thing actually look like over time? Well, the magic isn't just that you're saving the money. It's what happens to the money after you save it. It starts to grow. Let's take a look at the incredible power of compounding. Okay, just look at these numbers for a second. By year 5, you've put in $115,000, but your account is already worth over $133,000. That extra 18 grand, that's your money working for you. It's like having this invisible employee that earns money, and then that money starts earning its own money. That's the magic of compounding. That's how real wealth is built over time.
So we've talked about our safety net, and we've talked about our long-term retirement. But what about those other huge goals in the middle? You know, like saving for a child's education. Well, guess what? There's another simple automated tool for that too.
Let's talk about the 529 plan. And don't let the name intimidate you, it's just a number. Think of it as a special savings account that's designed specifically for education costs, and it comes with some really fantastic tax benefits.
So why would you use one of these? Well, for starters, depending on what state you live in, you might get a state tax deduction just for putting money in. But the real magic happens when you take the money out. As long as it's for qualified stuff like tuition, it's completely tax-free. Plus, they're getting more and more flexible. You can use them for K-12 private school, college, and in some cases even to help pay off student loans.
So let's just make this super simple so it sticks. A 401k is for your retirement. A 529 is for their education. That's it. 2 different goals, 2 powerful automated tools to help you get there.
All right, let's bring this all the way back to that dilemma we started with. I want to be crystal clear about this. The goal of all this planning is not to make your current life miserable. It's the exact opposite. It's about building security so that you can enjoy today even more.
It all boils down to this idea right here. Saving money should be an act of self-care. It's not about punishment. It's not about denying yourself every single little pleasure. It's about being intentional so that you can build an amazing, secure future without having to sacrifice your happiness today.
So, instead of stressing out over every coffee you buy, focus on the big wins. Can you refinance your mortgage and lock in a lower rate? Could you save a few $100 a year just by shopping around for cheaper car insurance? These are the kinds of moves that can free up serious cash every month, way more than clipping coupons ever will. It's about being smart, not being stingy. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. I want you to forget about trying to overhaul your entire financial life overnight. That's overwhelming. Instead, just pick one thing. What's one thing you can put on autopilot this week? Can you up your 401k contribution by just 1%? Can you set up that $5 automatic transfer to your emergency fund? Taking that one small automated step is, without a doubt, the most powerful way to start building your future without ever having to give up on today.